Hey everybody, Kenny here. This week's Atomic Shop was definitely a bit lackluster, so I wanted to go ahead and get a top 5 camp spots video out for you guys. This will be my 4th one, I believe, so if you're looking for some other ones, be sure to hit the playlist up. I'll put links below in the description for you. And this one, we're going to be doing the Forest Forest Central Inland. So our markers for that are the Hillfolk Hot Dogs, up to the Black Mountain Ordnance Works, over to Morgantown, and then down to White Powder Winter Sports. And so for location number 1 right here on the map, it's really close to the vault, just a little southwest of Moonshiner Shack there. And it's this large pond. I like this location because in the distance you can see a crashed verti-bird right over there. And if you place your camp module a lot closer to the verti-bird, with just enough of the circle overlapping into the water, it kind of creates a nice, good roleplay angle of maybe you crashed here and you had to set up camp and you've been here ever since. You're kind of hanging out near the vault, and so as you can see here, right there on the edge of the water, enough for your water pump. You got a nice dock and good stuff to work around here. A lot of good moderately flat area you can build with. Some of the trees in here, obviously you can clip them away. You have usually a pretty friendly settler kind of just wander around doing her thing. Usually a female on this location, sometimes it's a male. But then you got this little verti-bird up here. So, and some cools. Forgot about those guys. And then this guy hanging out here. This guy. Oh, are they raiders? Wandering? Oh, okay, wandering raiders. I have seen them here fairly frequently. But you got a first aid kit in here, of course. You can get some stuff out of sometimes. So, it's a great fun location for a starter character, especially from the roleplay angle, as you can see. Well, the main thing I've gotten hit here with is mole rats, and not a lot of resources around except for some flowers. Pretty much the rhododendron flowers. So other than that, folks, we're going to go ahead and head on to space number 2. Oh, do you have your... Oh, that's right, you got a whole bunch of blood leaves in there, so just get your soot flowers, get yourself some healing salves. Alright, on to space number 2. For location number 2 here, we are just east of North Conemaugh Lookout. And keeping with the theme of crashed airplanes, we have another one. Last location had that verti-bird that was down, and this one's just a classic 2-seater plane here that's crashed. Now this place is it's a bit of a danger zone because you oftentimes will have wild mongrels or scorched up in this area. And sometimes this guy is here, sometimes not. So definitely have to throw up a couple turrets to take care of those guys if you are here. But the main reason I like this location, aside from just that little fact there, of just the aesthetic for the downed aircraft, is you have a nice beautiful cliff, you have a beautiful scenic view here. The game was not cooperating with me. I went through a few different servers. A couple of them were just completely fogged out, a couple were nighttime, and so this rain one here, at least I've got some visibility here. But one of the reasons I like this location is, as you can see here, we have 2 resource nodes. On the left you have your copper, and over there on the right you have your iron node over there. So one of the few locations in the game where you can get access to 2 different nodes at the same time. So I definitely love that. And this little area down here is nice and relatively flat, so you can kind of have some smaller structures down here. And obviously I don't think I could have had my circle obviously encompassing this entire cliffside here, but I think it's a little more fun to kind of work with the rocks up there and have some multi-levels to your camps. So, alright folks, and on to spot number 2. Or sorry, spot number 3. Spot 3. And for spot number 3, we are kind of in the southeast section of this central forest region we're taking a look at. This camp is just a little bit north of the Tiger water treatment, and of course just west of that flower on the map. It's an area where the river here definitely does not follow what it says it's doing. It kind of does this beautiful little U-turn here, and I have not yet built here, but I think this is just a gorgeous location. There's tons of wood in the area. You have bloodleaf in the water, soot flowers scattered around the hills for your healing salves. And if you place your camp module, as you can see where I placed it on that little peninsula, we have it set where it barely comes along here and perfectly follows the curve, as you can see, of this hillside on the edge of the water. And so the idea I kind of have to build a camp here is going to be something along the lines of like the Riverwalk in San Antonio, if you've ever been there, or anywhere in the world that has a nice little fun river walk. I think this has a lot of potential with some creativity to it. The one downside, it's a bit of a nuisance really, is just this, you can't place floors right there with that canoe. It does cause some issues. But if you're kind of going with a more normal kind of junky camp, you've got this lunch pail there. Of course my HUD's turned off so you can't see it too well. You got a little cooking pot that's already right there. So kind of convenient to have that kind of stuff. But in general, this area is just gorgeous. I really love the forest. It is my favorite location. And we have Helvetia just to the north over there. Alrighty, on to spot number 4. For location number 4, we're going to be northeast of Horizon's Nest there. There's this relay tower, and then you can continue on up here. And the main draw for me with this location is the view. It's just beautiful up here. To the southeast, you've got Top of the World. To the northeast, you've got Monaga Power Plant, and you've got Morgantown more straight to the north over there. Now this fella here is a Brotherhood of Steel initiate, and so I've never seen anybody else here, and I do have yet to actually build a camp here. I've kind of tinkered around, but I haven't really done anything permanent here yet. Good little campfire, a couple chairs, duffel bag, tent, foot locker. And if you make your camp circle big enough to get the campfire area itself in, you can work it down here over here to these cliffside, and just have the vistas, the views here are just incredible. You've got Bolton Greens right down there. So I look forward to actually building kind of a very scenic structure along these cliffs here, just with that view. That is just incredible. And this guy does have some kind of conversation dialogue. I don't know exactly what it is. I haven't really talked with him at great length, but he does start chatting about stuff when you engage with him. So save that for another time though. And we're going to head on to spot number 5. And here we are with spot number 5, but don't go anywhere because I will do a quick spot number 6 right after this. So we are just south of the Marigold Pavilion next to Point Pleasant. And at first glance, this place looks very similar to spot number 1. We have our dock to the right, got a small pond, although this one has more of a rock quarry kind of look to it with the way it's carved out of the rock there. Over here to the north, we have our outhouse and a very scenic view if you're looking to kind of build on this side of it, looking down at Point Pleasant. Now, as far as your camp module, because the pavilion is really close to us right behind here, the closest you're able to place your module is right there on that rock, as you can see. And this is a pretty decently flat area you can work with up here to build some smaller structures. Lots of great potential all around the edge of this pond with these rocks here. They're all pretty flat. Now, the other location does not have anything in the water. This one, however, does. So let me show you right here at the bottom of the dock. We have a safe. Now, I already opened it, but it's a locked safe. And so that's worth noting. If you have your daily challenges, you just hop right down in there and take care of your daily challenges with your safe unlocking. And just for fun, this little cave here, it's nothing too big or crazy, but I imagine there could be some fun stuff you could do with this cave down here. And just again, very beautiful views. The bridge over there at Flatwoods. And on to that bonus spot number 6. And here we are for that quick little bonus number 6. We are back almost to where we started. The spot number 1 was right in this little cluster of hills here on the map. So if you had just to head just a bit northwest of that location, you're going to come across this kind of cliffside here, and you're going to see a bullseye, archery bullseye there, Well, right at the base of that bullseye is a nice little cliff. Now this is one of the more well-known locations. In fact, No Respawns built a rather fun Mothman cultist kind of shrine in here once. I think he did another one that was more of just an actual kind of hermit spot, but I think this is a fantastic location for more of a roleplay angle if you're looking for kind of a hermit location where you're off the grid, hoping not to be seen. You've got your icon turned off so nobody can find your camp. I think this would be a fantastic location for that. And so, pretty simple location here. And thankfully, it's nobody can really fast travel to any location nearby. As you can see, it's pretty isolated, so it is a fun location to work with. And no clear pathway up to it, so there is that. And that is going to wrap up this. Now, the final location, of course, will be the Forest North for the top 5 camp spots. We're going to do this kind of area up here, west of the Toxic Valley, north of the Black Mountain Ordnance Works here. I won't separate the river out of this one because it's obviously just a smaller area, so you can look forward to seeing 5 spots in this area next time I come back with the top 5 camp spots. Other than that, folks, take care, and hopefully next week's Atomic Shop excuse me, will be a bit better. And love y'all. See you in the wasteland. Bye.